The small Mediterranean island of Malta is known for its rich history, stunning architecture, and the legends of the gigantic beings that once roamed its shores. According to folklore, these massive humanoid creatures stood over 60 feet tall and possessed incredible strength. For centuries, the giants of Malta were viewed as little more than myths and tall tales meant to entertain children. That all changed in 2018 when a multinational construction crew broke ground on a new luxury resort near the ancient megalithic temple complexes of Gantija. As they dug deep into the rocky terrain, their equipment struck something extremely solid, something that showed up as a bizarre, massive anomaly on subsurface radar scans. By the time archaeologists arrived, pieces of what appeared to be an enormous bone fragment had already been uncovered. Carbon dating confirmed it was over 12,000 years old. As the dig deepened, more startling finds emerged, an entire skeletal structure of unprecedented size, surrounded by crude stone tools and ceremonial carvings depicting colossal figures locked in battle. Kept secret from the public at first, word eventually leaked out about this paradigm-shattering discovery that proved the legends were true. Intense debate erupted over whether the bones belonged to an actual species of giant humans or something supernatural. Fringe theorists claimed it was evidence of an ancient race of celestial beings who warred with the giants before abandoning Earth. Religious scholars cited it as proof of the Nephilim from biblical texts. As people flocked to Malta, desperate for a glimpse of the massive remains, tension and unrest spread across the island. Youth gangs clashed with police, while militant groups threatened to take control of the site by force. Tour companies raked in cash, leading illegal explorations of restricted dig areas at night, while opportunists sold false relics. Meanwhile, behind secured doors, an elite scientific team attempted to reconstruct the enormous skeleton and decipher the discovery's implications. Analysis of the bones and surrounding artifacts painted a chilling picture. This giant was not alone, and it did not die of natural causes. Signs indicated a brutal, catastrophic fate. As if the turmoil wasn't enough, strange phenomena soon began manifesting all over Malta. Inexplicable groaning sounds echoed from beneath the ground. People reported glimpses of massive shadowy figures stalking the countryside. Once dormant seismic activity caused sudden violent tremors that opened massive fissures in the earth. Then, on one unforgettably terrifying night, all hell broke loose. A deafening roar shook the entire island as something immense and powerful erupted from the ground near the dig site. Escaping through clouds of debris, the scientific team captured horrific footage of a towering behemoth, a living giant clawing its way to the surface with rage and hatred burning in its eyes. For weeks, a nightmare day-went cycle gripped Malta. While the giant rampaged and battled military forces during the day, an oppressive dread and darkness descended each night. Inhuman wailing and thunderous footsteps signaled the emergence of more of these violent, primordial titans rising from subterranean lairs. Entire villages were decimated as the malevolent colossi laid waste to everything in their path. Evacuation became impossible as the giants surrounded the island, cutting off all escape routes. The military's attempts at slowing the onslaught were hopelessly futile against the brute strength and durability of their massive adversaries. Just when all seemed lost, a massive offshore sinkhole the size of a city block opened up, swallowing billions of tons of water and creating a devastating whirlpool. One by one, the rampaging giants of Malta were pulled into the sinkhole's vortex by an unimaginable force. They howled in anguished fury as their enormous bodies were dragged down to the crushing depths, powerless against the irresistible current. Within an hour, the last thunderous splash echoed as the final giant disappeared into the swirling abyss. The sinkhole then collapsed in upon itself, leaving only a vast empty chasm in the Mediterranean Sea. The ordeal was over, but its profound impact would never be forgotten. Mankind was left shaken to its core by the realization that the ancient legends were true. and that the giants of Malta still dwell below, slumbering, perhaps destined to awaken once more.